Hi, everybody. Today I wanted to share with you the steps that I took in my personal journey to food freedom and body acceptance. And I want to stress that this is my personal experience and that everybody's journey is unique. But I know that there are people out there who are curious around what this process looks like. So I wanted to share not only the steps that I took, but also some banana peels on the way that kind of tripped me up, because I think those are important to talk about as well. So the first step for me was becoming so sick of dieting that I just could not bring myself to do another diet. I just couldn't. I simply could not bring myself to do it. It's really no other way to say it. I was just so incredibly sick of it. So the banana peel, after this decision, right, I made this big choice. And then what happens? Oh, diets are very, very sneaky. So I found myself cutting out gluten, cutting out carbs. I was a vegetarian, right? And I was hiding behind this argument of health that I was just wanting to be healthy, but truly that wasn't what was motivating me. And the reason that I know that is because if somebody had said, hey, yeah, you should be a vegetarian and go gluten-free, that's really great for your health, but you're going to gain weight, I would not have agreed to do it, right? So is it fat phobia or is it your health? That is one way to figure it out real quick. And I started to have to contend with my own fear of fear of fat, fear of my own body getting bigger, and my own internalized fat phobia that I had been, indoctrinated with through the media. So that was banana peel number one. So I said, all right, here's my next step. I need a therapist, not a diet, right? So I have feelings of inadequacy. I'm insecure. My inner critic was like completely out of control. I was having anxiety, so much self-doubt, right? So I'm like, all right, here we go. Like, I need to get to the root of this stuff. I can't just keep following this impulse to go on a diet every time I want to feel better, right? So I got a therapist. Well, here comes banana peel number two. My therapist put me on a diet. I know that sounds crazy because I was really, really honest with this person about my diet cycling and all of my issues, and she put me on a diet. And so one thing I learned from this is that the majority of people that we encounter within the healthcare system, mental health, or whatever the case may be, whatever field, are firmly entrenched in diet culture dogma. Okay. So I didn't know that. I just went in, I'm like, oh, this person is here to help me, and I fully trusted. And then I just started getting this feeling. I'm like, this is not leading me towards better health in my brain or my body. This is not good. So learned from that experience. And that is around the time I found intuitive eating. And I found, I started to learn what HAES, health at every size, was, the science behind it. And I found a trauma-informed eating disorder, trauma-informed therapist who I am still seeing to this day. And she is amazing. So, okay, moving forward. Started following intuitive eating, right? So that was really step number 3, was that I found this framework and I was like, all right, here we go. No more restricting. Let's do it. Banana peel number 3 came along because guess what? I tried to do intuitive eating perfectly. I was going to be the best intuitive eater in the world, right? So my perfectionist thinking just completely latched on, right? Because, there are these principles in intuitive eating, and I was like, I need to do this exactly right or else, right? This is the diet mentality, which is very closely linked to perfectionism, which is if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing, right? So if I can't do this exactly right, it's worthless, right? Okay, we know that that's not true, and this is something that I still contend with in my life today, although my perfectionism has largely diminished with time. And a lot of that I do actually credit intuitive eating and the practice of intuitive eating with, because you cannot be perfect at it. Guys, there's no perfect way to eat, right? There just isn't. It does not exist. So getting over my perfectionism and embracing the messiness, right, which is life, and understanding this kind of overarching theme of all of this for myself, which is this fear of uncertainty. Yeah, I mean, and that's something that we contend with as human beings. And it's scary, right? It's scary to live in the gray area. We want somebody to tell us like, yes, no, black, white, right, wrong, and just give me the rules and I'll follow the rules, right? And it's really frightening when it's like, well, there aren't any. Like, we just live in this gray area, and there's nuance and things are changing all the time, and that we're not in control of a lot of what happens to us, right? And so that was really a big step in my process. But more importantly, I think it was addressing, and this is really my final step. So the final step, and this is where I'm kind of at right now, is addressing my own internalized fat phobia. And being the best ally I can be for fat folks and the size acceptance movement. So that's really my, main thing that I'm working on, and it's a practice every day. And accepting my body is going to change, right? I have no control over that. My body's going to change. I could injure myself. I could get sick. And knowing that it's really what headspace do I want to be in? What kind of mindset do I want? Because that's the kind of thing that I can have some say over, like I can work to be more mindful, to be more compassionate, being more present in the moment. Those are things that I can control. And also trusting, for so long it was like, oh, if I don't shame myself or remind myself that I am a project that needs working on and my body needs fixing, then I won't practice, I won't eat healthy and I won't exercise. And that's simply not true. The more, what I have found, which has been just incredibly amazing, is that the more respect and honor I show my body, the more I heal my relationship with my body and it becomes more loving, the more I do take care of my health and the more self-care that I pursue. From a place of true respect, like I said, respect and honor and love for my body. I want to take a moment to acknowledge my own thin privilege. I've always been in a straight-sized body. I have never been discriminated against based on my size. Okay, so that also shapes my journey in a way that's really different for those in marginalized bodies. So I really want to make that clear. And I also want to make clear that this journey is for everyone, regardless of the size of your body. So hearing it coming from me, some people may be thinking like, oh, well, sure, Justine, that's all well and good for you, but like, you're not overweight, quote unquote, overweight, right? So like, oh, I couldn't possibly pursue this because I need to lose weight. That is a fallacy, and size acceptance, health at every size. This is for everyone, right? And health does not need to be everyone's priority. Being in a healthy body should not put that body above somebody else's in terms of value in our culture. Every single body deserves respect. Thanks so much for watching. This was supposed to be a short video, but you guys know I'm like incapable of that. If you have any questions or comments about anything you heard today, I would love to connect. If you are interested in having a coach like me that is weight neutral, weight inclusive, where there will never be any pressure on you to change the way that your body looks or the size of your body, and we can just pursue healthy habits that work for you, that you enjoy, right? Pleasure is so important, and that to me should be a top priority in our lives. Please reach out to me. So I'd love to connect, and I'll be seeing you soon.